Hey folks, Ben here. As you know, over the past few months during the pandemic, I've been speaking a lot about some very serious topics, and there's a very controversial subject I would like to talk about today, and that is I love Christmas, I love Christmas. And I say controversial because in Berlin, you're not really supposed to admit that you like anything joy related, but I'm coming out, I'm going to embrace it. And I know this year we're probably going to have one of the strangest holiday seasons of our entire lives, but the upside to being stuck at home is I can take you on a little tour of my Christmas paradise. But first, I just need to put something a little bit more fitting for the occasion on. Much better. Now, I'll be honest with you, it's not always easy being a Christmas freak. It has ended a couple of relationships for me. For example, I had one German boyfriend who made me put certain Christmas ornaments on the backside of the tree, which I do not understand because they are all incredibly beautiful. And another German partner, when we were spending our first Christmas together and I unpacked all of this festive goodness, he just sat in the corner frozen for an hour. I'm not sure what happened. Maybe it was sensory overload.
Merry Christmas to you!
But he's doing fine, don't worry about him. He found the perfect workaround to never have any Christmas drama ever again. He just married a Jewish guy, which is pretty smart. You get twice the holidays, and then at the end of the year, each gay can follow his own interior design vision. So I wish them all the best. In the meantime, I have everything that I need, my glittery squirrel. So maybe you're wondering, why is Ben even like this? Long story short, my family is crazy. Like, look at my parents' place when I went back to visit them on January 26th this year. They had still left everything up, I think mostly because they wanted me to help take it down. But what I'm trying to say is, Christmas in the McLean family is not for amateurs. It's a 3-meter tree. It's a 20-kilo turkey. It's Christmas ornaments that aren't even legal in many countries. I had a brother who lived in Germany in the 80s, and he sent my parents tinsel. That's the little metal stuff that you hang over the branches. It was made of 100% pure lead. That's contraband in Canada. You're not even allowed to have it. Some of my parents smuggled that shit in. When you have to worry that children might die because they go too close to the Christmas tree, that is the spirit of the season. Now, before I walk you through the wonder that is my Christmas tree, I just wanted to update you regarding an incident that took place a few days ago. Can we roll that footage, please? As you can see, Santa fell over. And I have bad news for my kids this year. Santa's dead. Okay? I'm very sorry. I'm sorry I killed Santa. On to happier news. I wanted to introduce you to some of the ornaments on my tree, which people have referred to as eclectic, usually when they're trying to be diplomatic. I love every ornament because each one has a story. Just like this first one, the one and only Mr. Spongebob SquarePants. Now, those of you who know me well know that I have absolutely no interest in SpongeBob SquarePants. I've never actually seen an episode of that show, but this ornament means a lot to me because it was sent to me by a brother from Canada and reminds me every year when I look at it that my 6 siblings and I were very different people, and we live all over the world, but we're brought together by one thing, and that is our questionable sense of taste. Love you guys. Now, another tradition is to put birds on our Christmas tree. I'm not quite sure why. I guess it's probably to remind ourselves of what would naturally live in the trees if we didn't cut them down every year by the hundreds of millions so that they could die in our living room after a few weeks. Anywho, I love the tradition as much as anyone, and this is one of my favorite birds. It's a beautiful blue bird. I call it a bad bitch bird, because that bird has a friggin' crown. You better not be crossing that bird. And I would also guess to say from looking at that bird that it might be a little bit, if you know what I'm saying. Now here's someone very special to me. I like to call this little lady Drunken Angel. She's an antique. This is actually my entire retirement fund here on the tree. But she's an angel who looks like she has some stories to tell. She's an angel who's been through it. Like, her wings are falling off, she has holes in her robe, lots of stains. She kind of looks like an angel getting out of a K-hole. Bless her. Last but not least, sometimes I go on vacations with my mom and dad and they buy me a little Christmas ornament as a souvenir of our time together. And I always say to them that's completely unnecessary, of course, because we all know that the best souvenir time with our family is therapy bills. But this is one of those ornaments that they bought me a few years ago when we went to Gibraltar, and maybe you're not aware that in Gibraltar there are monkeys everywhere. They come up behind you and they try to steal your stuff, and this happened to me. One of those monkeys tried to run away with my backpack, at which point I had to break out the self-defense moves because I was like, there's no way you're getting my Prada sunglasses, you damn monkey. So that absolutely gorgeous Christmas tree is for me, but as we know, this time of year is about giving back to other people, especially in 2020 because everything is so incredibly screwed up. In Germany, for example, we don't have our Christmas markets. People can't go out and get shit-faced on Glühwein, which is an important Christian tradition. We can't buy those weird gingerbread hearts with the somewhat sexually suggestive sayings written on them. And this means people's spirits are down, and I've decided it's time for Ben to come to the rescue. Now, I love my neighborhood, and most of the people are really lovely, except for the arsehole above me who throws all the cigarette butts onto my balcony, but that's a story for another time. Anyhow, I wanted to show you the balconies of my building because I think you'll agree when it comes to Christmas, it leaves a little bit to be desired. Without my Christmas decorations, you wouldn't even know it's Christmas up there. I mean, there's like one up in the upper left-hand corner. I mean, there's a little something there, but come on. I have to show these people how it's done. And check out this incredibly romantic ambiance in my bedroom behind the lights. If this doesn't get your eggnog flowing, I don't know what will, okay? So that was just a quick look at what I'm doing over the holidays. Hope you have a great time, whether you celebrate Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, or nothing at all, and you just want to sit around stuffing your face. I'm not gonna judge. I do want to say one thing, and that is if anyone out there is interested in dating me, I am open for love, but I want to remind you there will always be 3 of us in that relationship. You, me, and Spongebob. Happy holidays.